Imagine having the confidence that your money will support you, not just today and in retirement, but for your entire financial life, no matter what twists and turns come along. It's that type of peace of mind that most people are seeking from their financial plan. Hi, I'm Scott Leonard, certified financial planning professional and founder of Navigoe, a wealth management firm located in Redondo Beach. For over 30 years, my team has been working with families, professionals, and business owners to help them create such a plan that really provides them the peace of mind that they know that their money, their wealth is going to be there for them and for generations to come. We did this by creating the WealthSpan Index. And the WealthSpan Index is more than just charts, figures, graphs. It's really a complete system that comes together and takes all aspects of your financial life and helps guide how you're going to live that life and what you're going to do to try to make it all happen with your finances and other factors to come together to give you that true peace of mind. The WealthSpan Index is broken down into 4 cardinal directions and 4 waypoints. The 4 cardinal directions are the key pieces to bringing this whole holistic plan together. The first one, the north, is spending priority clarity and adherence. Now that's really important, and that's why we have it in the north, because everything else around a compass is actually set from that north direction. You can't find any other direction on a compass until you first know where north is. What do I mean by spending priority clarity? It's simply that you have your spending goals set out for really the rest of your life. And that's your living expenses as well as the major goals and other things that you may want to achieve, whether it's buying a new home, a vacation home, helping kids or grandkids pay for college, helping grandkids pay for a down payment on a home, whatever that might be. That's really what we call north, but it's your magnetic north. We also have to have your true north. Your true north is really the adherence piece of this, because having the biggest goals don't really make any sense unless you're adhering to those goals. So you got to make sure you're adhering to those spending priorities. And that's really what is going to be your true north that is going to set all your other cardinal directions. The second cardinal direction is a tax mitigation span. And I use the word span because it's not just minimizing taxes this year, next year, and then the year after. It's about a holistic plan to minimize taxes over your entire life, and then how those assets are really going to be taxed when they get passed on to that next generation. A deliberate legacy, the third cardinal point on all of this, is really about not just your documents, but you actually truly have that plan in place. And it goes beyond just a trust, a will, but it's not only is it the transfer of assets, retirement plan assets, business assets, but are those assets being transferred to the right people in the most tax effective way and how everything's going to go? And also, do you have the right people in place? Do you have the right people in place that are going to execute these things for you and minimize any strife that may come up in the family as a result of anything like this? The fourth point is a unified financial life. That's really critical because there's a lot of professionals that are involved through this entire process. There's accountants for taxes, there's attorneys to do legal documents, there's insurance agents for life, health, disability. There's also a different set of insurance agents for your property and casualty insurance. You may have a human resources team at your business, your company, that has a huge set of benefits that are available to you that you need to orchestrate and make sure you're doing those the right way. All of that takes a lot of work. And a unified financial life is you have a central kind of person or company in some way managing that entire process for everybody on your team, for everybody in your family. And that's really critical. Now we get to the 4 key waypoints that are there. First one is bulletproof essential spending. So your essential spending is really that minimum amount of that floor of income that you're going to want for the rest of your life to support the majority of what you're trying to do. It's not the really, really fancy vacations, or it's not taking the entire family on a family retreat once a year. It's the baseline of what you really need if we walk into a period like a Great Depression. And that essential spending needs to be as bulletproof as possible, meaning it needs to be in really safe assets. Those assets need to have an index to inflation tied to them. It can be your Social Security and pensions, and then what other assets you need to have that go into that. The second waypoint is really an international equity strategy. That has everything to do with diversification. We don't want to be putting our equities in a concentrated way into something that's going to provide us risk that we're not really getting the right return for. So that goes beyond just, not only in just one stock or not only a single asset class or a single sector in the market. It also means we just can't own one market. We just can't own the United States. We have to have that international strategy. And that's shown over time to get us great returns with less volatility, less risk in the portfolio by having that international piece. And the third one is really asset protection. You've spent all this time building up all this wealth, and we don't want to lose it. So that asset protection is partly that bulletproof essential spending strategy. It's part of that international equity strategy, but it's also making sure you have the right insurances in place so you don't lose all this wealth through some lawsuit. So making sure you have the proper entities owning different items, again, to separate out and mitigate risk that you might have. And then the final piece is stress tested lifetime wealth capacity. What we mean by that is you've got this great plan in place, you've done all these things, but have you stress tested? Have you lived it through the Great Depression? Have you lived it through whatever might possibly be coming on? What if there's some major tax law changes 10 years from now? Is your whole strategy based on current tax laws that can explode if those tax laws change? So you got to stress test your plan to make sure that it's going to be able to execute for you over your entire life. So that's the WealthSpan Index. It's a very holistic way to look at your entire financial life with 4 cardinal steps and then 4 waypoint type steps. You can bring it all together and measure how you're doing. And if you take this process together, this holistic approach, you're truly going to be able to find that peace of mind around your total financial life.